before you flatline. Make a master plan, watch it backfire. Burn it all down and collect the ashes. Build it back. Respect your parents.
But I just want to. I kind of want to ask y'all something while kind of giving my point of view after watching this game and looking at the Vikings season so far, plus the game last night. Mm-hmm. Did Minnesota make a mistake letting Darnold walk? Yes. Are we at that point yet? Because right now, they're looking like they're a quarterback away.
No.
They look like they're a quarterback away right now. I love the fight JJ showed his first few games, but as of right now, I believe it's more than fair to say he's an injury-prone quarterback. Okay. So, and then
absolutely,
you got Carson Wentz, who we've seen is able to give some decent game managing type games, but he's not going to win for you at this stage of his career. He's just not. We saw that with the Colts when they were a quarterback away, and then he wasn't able to get them to where they needed to be. You know, a year where a lot of people had them as a dark horse, and what were they? AFC South. Yeah, they were AFC South.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only reason I say only reason I'm gonna say yes, bro, is because you barely got the win week 1 against the Bears because they shot themselves in the foot. Falcons whooped on you week 2. Bengals, the Bengals defense is weak, as we all seen it. And even the game against and the game against us what was that? Carson's first game when he started the London game. That game was even though we won by 3.
That was the second game.
Oh, so Carson beat the Bengals?
Yes.
Yeah, they beat the dog shit out of him.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
That was the game where Isaiah Rodgers did all that crazy switch.
Yeah, that crazy shit.
Like 3-4 turnovers.
And then I'm thinking about the game with us, because Wentz is just not it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like
JJ not it either. Yeah,
I feel like if they had Sam Darnold at quarterback, man, their records probably looking similar to last year.
Yeah,
these games wouldn't be as close as it was.
I will say this.
But his ability
so far is looking like a mistake. I absolutely agree. Yeah. I also can't blame the Minnesota Vikings organization for one. We got to remember they did put the investment into JJ at the end of the day. Like they did. Like they drafted him to 10th overall.
But Tyrell, when did it become a crime to allow your top quarterback pick to sit down for a year or two? When did that become like so?
When Stafford and Cam Newton came into the league, that's when that shit started becoming a crime because they came into the league and showed y'all that they can play instantaneously. That's when that crap became a crime.
But that's because them two didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice. That was different.
I understand they didn't have a choice, but you got to realize the NFL is a copycat league, just like the NBA is a copycat league, and the expectations grow because of that crap. And now you're asking me a question. I'm giving you a valid answer. That is a valid answer because that's when all that stuff started to happen. It used to be, hey, you can sit your quarterback for a year or so if you're in the right position to do that. And I'm assuming what Darnold wanted, right? Minnesota's not patient like their rivals, like their state rivals in the Green Bay Packers. They're not as patient. They're not. Most teams are not patient to sit their quarterback 3-4 years. They're not.
But you see how that's worked.
They're not.
For Green Bay. Right. They've had like 4 quarterbacks in 40 years.
That's what I'm saying. One would think, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like one would think a lot of teams would copy the Green Bay formula, right? One would think, right? But they don't. And Minnesota is not an organization that wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do that. They wouldn't. Now, if he was on Green Bay would sit as long as you need. We'll be your number is called, but not a lot of organizations think like that. So and I'm pretty sure they did have the discussion of, do we sign Darnold for 3 years and have JJ sit back or and deal with the fan backlash if Darnold ended up playing bad? Because you got to remember, we were all saying this going into this season, is Darnold a 1-year wonder, right? Let's not act like Darnold
was 100%.
Like 2-3 years in a row, a consistent football.
That's why I'm asking now, though, because I see how he's playing over there in Seattle.
We can start to have that discussion, but I'm pretty sure they were having that discussion in Minnesota. Like, is this a 1-year thing? Do we sign him for another 3 years? We got this 10th overall pick.
And what? That's why they get paid the big bucks.
And let me tell you this, too. You got to think about it like this as well. Let's say they signed Darnold to a 3-year extension, right? Mm-hmm. And they got JJ sitting on the bench. Let's say Darnold ain't playing that good and JJ come in, he get hurt. That's a fireable offense for a lot of general managers. So you got to think about it from that asset too. Like he probably was trying to protect his job in that sense too. It's a gamble either way you go in that scenario.
Like,
it
the
really
only
is.
reason why I'm gonna say this too.
But at the end of the day,
So,
with hindsight,
quick.
yes, I think so far is a mistake.
So quick, tell me this. You said Cam and Matt, right?
Mhm.
I would say that's the first two where that started.
So quick, tell me this. 2008, who's Detroit quarterback? No. I'm not saying this to be funny though. I'm not saying this to be funny.
You had a mix between John Kitna, Dante Culpepper, and Dan Orlowski.
And who was the Carolina's quarterback before Cam?
Before they cut Jake Delhomme. So
Yeah, I was gonna say
the
they cut
primary
Delhomme.
quarterback. No. It's not Jake Delhomme because he played for Cleveland that year. I would say their primary quarterback was Jimmy Clausen. Was their
Oh
primary
my
quarterback.
God, Jimmy
So
Clausen.
here's the thing.
ooh,
Thank you, JC. Ooh. So here's the thing. When they drafted JJ, who was in the quarterback room when the Vikings drafted JJ? This was a team who didn't know who the quarterback situation was going to be.
facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Darnold wasn't even supposed to be the quarterback.
They let Kirk Cousins walk.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They was
Darnold
ready to
wasn't
move on
supposed
from
to be there, like JC just said.
No, he wasn't.
This was a room where we looking at Mullen. What you say, JC?
Nick
Who?
Mullins.
Exactly.
Nick Mullins.
Straight
Nick
bum.
Mullins.
Exactly. They had straight garbage ass cheeks quarterbacks. Pause.
Right.
So all I'm saying is this though, like you just said, Matt was pretty much in the same position. They all was in the same position, besides Cam though. Carolina knew Cam was gonna start, no doubt about it. But Detroit was in that same position. Even we know safety Orlowski, what he did, run backwards.
Right. And the funny part is he almost ruined the Indianapolis tank for Andrew Luck. He almost ruined that tank too by winning actually.
Because they didn't even know because Vikings fluked up last year. I'm gonna say this too. They didn't know. We didn't know what we was getting out of Darnold because we looking like Sam Darnold about to start, and look what he did.
People was laughing. People was laughing.
That nigga lost to two teams the whole entire year.
The whole entire
two
year,
teams,
bro.
and that's including playoffs, by the way. So
Yeah,
he lost
Rams
to
and the
two
Lions.
teams.
That's it.
I think they shot themselves in the foot.
I think so too.
Vikings shot themselves in the foot.
But I will say, Coop, I'll give him a little bit of leniency
at all,
because I do agree with Tyrell that was an extremely tough decision. Either way they was to go.
Yeah, I get you, bro. But you got to remember, this boy came into the league with injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Before he got the meniscus last year, he had knee problems.
Yeah.
Just like, here's the thing, and people didn't know this too. Michael Penix had knee problems too.
Penix had a lot of problems.
Penix had a lot of problems.
And
what scared me is Penix had the same knee problems like Gurley had. And that's why I was like, ooh, they going to gamble on him.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go that high. That's why everybody thought he was going to the Rams.
No.
I didn't think he was either. But as far as I'm concerned,
And
spending way too much time on these
that on the
bums.
show too.
Yeah, spending way too much time on
But
these
yeah,
bums.
but we talked about that real quick. We talked about that too, about how like when we talked about the Falcons and that philosophy, it's kind of a similar thing. Like best player available, you might as well go grab it. You don't grab the best position, you grab the best player available. And on their board, Penix was available. I just think that, you know, like I can see why Minnesota decided to do what they would have did. I personally would have just, and I'm pretty sure Darnold wasn't going to take the 1 year prove it deal.
Yeah, he wasn't. That's probably what it was. They probably, who knows? Maybe they offered that. You know,
maybe they did.
His agent probably like, hell no, nigga, we gonna get it while the getting's
I
good.
think
Their value is never going to be as good as it is.
Here's
right
the
now,
thing.
You know what I mean?
It was like 130 until the Seahawks said 160 something. So I would take that 30. I would take the 30 million difference. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would have too. But like you, I think you and Ragu said to JC, Sam was gonna get that money.
Yeah,
I don't blame
it's the equivalent of the quarterback that's in college and they say, do you stay back a year or you're gonna go into the NFL draft? It's the same thing. Your stock is as high as it goes.
Because you had top five numbers. You had top five numbers.
Yeah,
so
and
I would definitely.
And I remember Ragu saying that too. He was like, the numbers he's putting up this year, he's gonna get.
You know what? I'm gonna be a man about it. I'm gonna apologize to Ragu for how I treated him all last year when he was talking about Darnold. And also Sam Darnold. I apologize.
Don't apologize. It's only
unfamiliar.
week 7. It's only week 7, bro.
Man,
You know what I just realized?
Don't do it just yet, bro.
I just realized something.
JC, don't do it just yet, JC.
point real
It's only
quick.
week 7. It's only week
Right.
7.
I want to bring up
There's
this
still
point
some
real
time.
quick. Go ahead, JC. But I want to bring up this point. Have y'all noticed, right? Like Baker and Sam Darnold were both on Carolina, right? Like at the exact same time, like
of
shared
course
the
I
same
noticed. I
quarterback
remember
room.
that.
Notice where they went afterwards. Like Darnold went to Shanahan. Baker went to McVay.
They both saved their life.
Play well. If you think about like how great those two offensive minds are tapping into those quarterback who have
Saved
the raw
their career.
talent and is now
Baker
giving them
talks
the
about it all the
knowledge
time.
to
How
read
McVay saved him.
It's
Gave him his confidence
crazy.
back.
And look where
It's
they at
crazy.
now. They are top 5 quarterback.
That's why I don't
This is
know why
the
these
thing.
idiots keep talking about like, oh, Cleveland's so stupid, Cleveland this, Cleveland
No,
that.
but
That
this
was
is the
not
thing
gonna
too,
be
like, right?
Baker, bro, if he wouldn't have went through what he went through.
I've heard a lot of like quarterbacks like that end up becoming veterans. They like found their way through the league. That there is a certain coach that they end up linking with, whether it's a coordinator or a head coach, that actually teaches them how to read defenses. And they sit there and go, "This is the first time I actually understood this shit." Like I never understood. Like there are quarterbacks now today that are getting to the league and don't know how to fully read a defense. And I think that probably was the case with Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. And they get with the two smartest minds in this business.
And now look where they're
Like
at.
I told
Like it's
JC,
nothing.
man. McVay, like I told you, JC, man.
McVay is
I'm
smart.
gonna keep saying this, JC, because I know him personally, man. That guy has a receiver and quarterback mindset. Look what he did with Cup. Look what he's doing with the quarterbacks. He always get drafted there. So that's what I'm saying, man. McVay is him.
Yes, he is.
Very facts.
So
And you know what? I kind of should have seen it because, to be honest, like over the years, Darnold, we would always see him, you know, like toward the end of the season when they got the division games and Rams is relaxing and resting, Niners is resting and relaxing. So, you know, they put the backup quarterbacks in. It would be like Darnold versus like Jimmy G or Stetson Bennett or something like that. Darnold would ball in those games, bro. Like we would usually win, but like Darnold would ball in those games, and maybe I was seeing it before, you know, we realized like, nah, this isn't just right now. Like he's really learned how to play football as we speak. Like when he got them little couple starts at the end, toward the end of the season when everybody was resting, Darnold would do good in those games. So I actually did see it kind of early. I just didn't realize what I was looking at.
Facts.
But,
or you just said it's Sam Darnold. Fuck all that. That's what you really said.
Yeah, exactly. There's been enough of tapes where it's like, man, that nigga ain't no shit. Nigga. Everybody resting today. You feel me? It's playoff time. Like, this game don't matter.
You flatline. Make a master plan, watch it backfire. Burn it all down and collect the ashes. Build it back. Respect your passion.